Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CCC Racing. I am your host, Craig Cook, and this will be 3 in a row now for me for commentary. So it's going to be a cracker. So 2 days on the bikes, not literally commentating on bikes because that would be absolutely insane. I'm not that mad, but it was a cracking weekend of racing, and now we are back to the virtual world here for the AWRC Round 9. And it's going to be all to play for still, with a couple of battles going on for second, third and fourth. But joining me tonight is going to be Stephen Nelson, and that is finalised. Great to see you, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here again. I hope we have another great race like we've had the past few times now. This track might cause a little chaos tonight. Yeah,
definitely. And it's going to be tough. As we said, there's a lot of sandcastles to be made out there, and hopefully all the ladies can keep it on the grey stuff. And I'll tell you what, some of the racing we've had over the past few weeks has been absolutely insane. We've had a couple of new winners and a couple of cracking battles. So let's take a look at the championship table as it stands. Hopefully this is going to work. Thank you very much. So Speed Queen is obviously, we know, dominating at the moment. She has 125 points, but Martine has snuck herself into second place and she's on 111. Mami Khan's in third place, 104. Then we have Sophie on 100. And then we have just behind them Esther on 89, Roller Grand on 70, Annalisa right there on 69, Sarah Hawkey on 57, unfortunately not racing tonight, but we do hope she's okay. Froxy Racing missed the last one, but she's back for this one on 49 points, so she should come up the table a little bit. Leah Block is back as well. She's grabbed points, 7 points last time out. She is on 48, so she'll be grabbing a few tonight as well. Yvonne is back. She had a cracking race last time. We were at at the last track, so we hope to see her do well again. And she's on 40 points. Fee is there on 28. Then we have Hannah on 21. Black Widow makes her second race here, and what a feisty lady she is. And it was absolutely brilliant at Road Atlanta. Sorry, I wish they did have Road America. That is a cracking track. Please, GT7, if you can, that'd be fantastic. And Hex Ruin is there as well, and I'm pretty sure Hex Ruin won't be racing anymore because they haven't turned up. But yeah, so there we go. We do have 14 ladies. Unfortunately, not tonight. We have 12, but it's still 12 cracking racing drivers, and that's a bit of a tasty timetable there. And for the last one, we have Watkins. I think is that Watkins Gunner, or is that Daytona at the end there? I'm not too sure. I can't quite. Oh no, it's not, is it? It's where are we finalising the last one?
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Is it Trial Mountain? I think it is, isn't it? Trial Mountain Reverse. Trial Mountain, yes, there we go. So Trial Mountain Reverse is the next time round. So we'll look forward to that in 2 weeks' time. Meanwhile, let's get ladies on screen. And what have you noticed while we've been chatting away there, mate?
Speed Queen actually held out quite a bit from going out and get some clean air, but Martine has definitely been struggling. She has not actually been able to put a lap in yet, and she's about to serve a half-second penalty down the start-finish line, so it's going to hurt her even more. So she's not going to have much time left to put in a good run, but Speed Queen's out front by 3/10, followed by Sophie, then Black Widow by 3/10. So those three are trying to take the lead from one another.
Yeah, indeed they are, as we see our new driver, Sneaky Penguin, racing with Froxy Racing. So looking forward to seeing how those two get on today. There is Speaker, and she goes along with a 1:28, so she will have traffic in front of her. She might want to back out, but she does have about just over 4 minutes to go. Here comes Sophie. She's coming around, but as you said, she was a little bit down, but she is nearly 3/10 up as she comes into the final sector. So coming onto the second from last, sliding the car out wide. She manages to get that back in line as she goes into the final corner. Hard on the brakes, using all the curb, and she goes off the final part of that circuit onto the final corner through the curbing, and she's going to cross the line, and she comes across the line with only 2/10 off the lead lap. That was a cracker. That was finalised.
I'm watching back here at Black Widow. She was actually up almost 3 full tenths going into Sector 3, but she went a little wide on the penultimate turn into the sandbox a little bit, and then definitely on the last turn into the sandbox. So she just had to scrap that lap completely.
Yeah, Leah Block's just done a cracker, isn't she? She's done a 1:30 as she crosses the line there. So great stuff from her. Anna Maniac has been brilliant the last few races, hasn't she? She's now in the 5th place at this moment in time as Mami Khan steals it from her, literally pickpockets her for that position. And as I say that, her great friend, or previously was great friend, Martine, has now stealed it off her. So the purse was snatched from 5th to 4th quite rapidly by Martine. So Martine now finds herself in 3rd place, and that ain't a bad time either. 29.7. And don't forget the old Super Slipstream is going to kick in as well, isn't it? So that's going to change a few things up.
Definitely. What you haven't noticed, the Speed Queen has backed off quite a bit. She's trying to make a hard run to get more of a gap off of Sophie. So she put a nice gap between herself and Sneaky and Froxy. So hopefully she might try to catch that draft near the end of the lap to make up a little more time. Yeah,
definitely. Great shout, mate. And looking at Sebesti at the moment, so top 7 are spaced over 2 seconds at the moment. We do have some cracking messages coming through at the minute. There is a Let's Go Speed Queen from Gam88, so great to see you. Sir Mags is back. We got They Sin says Let's Go Team Leah, so there's some Leah fans out there as well. We got Super Drag says Let's Go Martine. So great to see some support for Martine. She's been a bit lonely recently. D-Man there has also come in. There is Yvonne. She's just popped in at 29, and I think that's going to put her around sort of, is that 5th place, I think? Yes, it has put her into 5th place. Mami's just gone through as well. She's grabbed 4th back, so Martine's dropped all the way down to 6th. Going to wait for Martine to come across the line. She goes to 5th, and this is getting a bit tasty. We have 2 minutes to go, and everyone is starting to pop some cracking laps in now. This is brilliant. What a start. Now we're 1.8 seconds from the top 8. Jeez.
Speed Queen's got around Penguin. I don't know if that was a mistake by Penguin or what, but I had not seen her section time. But she's coming out the start-finish line to see if what she's going to have here. But she looks like she might have a little draft off of Roxy coming to the line, and she comes towards the line, but she's down 1.1, so it might have been held up by Penguin there.
Yeah, Penguin's just coming through now. And as I said before, you don't have to worry. It's all about having fun. Just go out, enjoy yourself, and that is what I said to Sneaky Penguin. You know, she's just started out with us, and obviously she's been massively supported, and we hope she has an absolutely fun race today. So it's, as I said, we help all the ladies that come in, and the ladies help each other. They get on track together, and it's great. It works, and they all enjoy it. So Speed Queen at the moment, she has a 1:28.014. Sophie just behind. She's done last consistent 28s at the moment as we come into the last 40 seconds of qualifying. So this will definitely be the final lap for Sophie. Yvonne pops in a 29 dead, and as we say that, Sophie has a purple lap. Anna Maniac's just popped in a 29 as well, so 29 seemed to be the one for those mid-pack drivers, but we're looking at 28. So Bessie's now just on a 29.8 as well. That is going to be an insane battle up there. So Speed Queen and Sophie, these are the ladies we are watching at the moment. Black Widow can't be that far behind. There she is. Where is Speed Queen? She's coming up to the final corner now, so let's see what she does. This will be her final lap as she goes into the left-hander. Leah Block has just slowed down, so she doesn't have to do another lap. She crosses the line now. Here comes Speed Queen. What can she do? She crosses the line. She goes 4 tenths up from Sophie. So Sophie coming around the final sector now. And let's see what she can do. She has got traffic. Sneaky Penguin's going to see her, and she's hopefully going to move out of the way onto the brakes. Sophie's going to force her way through, which she had to do because I think she's on a bit of a quick lap. She didn't have to do that, but she's on a qualify lap. And as she comes through, does she take pole position? Oh, that's so close. Just under 3 tenths, and a nice lap there from Sneaky Penguin. Does a 41 on the last lap. Here comes Black Widow. She's in 3rd place. Is she going to go into 1st or 2nd? Are we going to see a change? No, we don't. She stays in 3rd. Mami's still on a lap as well. She's on the final corner. Does she go faster? Sebesti in the background. She's managed to get another lap in. There's Anna Maniac. She comes over line. Yvonne goes into 3rd. Yvonne Huffler goes into 3rd place. Here comes Mami. Does she go into 3rd? No, she doesn't. She doesn't have the best of laps there. So Yvonne now into 3rd. Black Widow 4th. Mami in 5th. Are we going to see Martine come over the line? This looks quick as well. Does she do it? Oh, not quite. She stays in 6th. Esther has a half-second penalty, and that's going to really hurt her, but she has made herself very well known there. She's now in 7th place. So great to see Esther up into 7th place. Animaniac, has she done a lap? Yes, she has. Sebessi has finished as well. Leah just cruised across the line a moment ago. There is Froxy Races. She stays in 11th, and Sneaky Penguin will stay there in 12th place. But Speed Queen, Sophie, and Yvonne are your top 3. That was cracking, that finalised.
Most definitely. I was sitting there watching Black Widow to see what she's going to do. She was up a 10.5 in Sector 1, but
Wow.
she lost all of it by... She was red half a tenth in Sector 2. It just did not. It started falling apart there at that point.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. Just going to mention Fee there. She's unfortunately not with us today, but hopefully we've got some good news and her family are okay. Sorry again, not able to race tonight due to family issue. Yeah, we know Fee, and it's great to see you there watching. Hope all is well. Let's take a look at those race results. So qualifying results, should I say. So the only person in the 27s at the minute is Speed Queen. I think that's going to change with the Super Tow, but Speed Queen takes pole, Sophie 2nd, Yvonne in 3rd, Black Widow 4th, Mammy in 5th, Martine in 6th, Esther in 7th, Animaniac in 8th, Sebessi in 9th, Leo Block in 10th, Froxy in 11th, and Sneaky Penguin will be in 12th place. And hello to Conroy as well, as he just pops in there. So great to see that. Right, we've got a bit of a race on now, mate, because this is going to be absolutely hectic. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm excited for this. This is going to take some strategy for this one.
Yeah, definitely. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 9. One more to go after this one, but this is going to be an absolute cracker here at Laguna Seca. So here we go, we are live. Joining me in the commentary box is finalised, and on pole position is Speed Queen, Sophie in 2nd, Yvonne in 3rd. Then we have just behind a Black Widow. On top 5 is Mammy. We have 5 red lights as we go down into turn 1. Who is going to make it first? But obviously the inside line will be Sophie. She's had a fantastic start. Now can Yvonne get in the back end here of Speed Queen? And I think she has. She's going to try around the outside, clips the curbing and a little bit of dirt as she goes through. Esther's running her way through as well, but it looks like Speed Queen has gone into 2nd place. Black Widow around the outside. There's contact with, I think that's Mammy Khan, who's dropped all the way to the back. We're going to save that, and hopefully we will get it mentioned in a moment. But it's Sophie from Speed Queen, Black Widow, Yvonne, and Martina, your top 5 here, mate. And what a great start from Sophie. Yeah, so slow down and they'll be back on it, and there's plenty of time in this race. Don't forget, they are at the back of this backpack, but if they start battling, they can get back into this, so we'll see what happens. So Sophie coming through up to the climb now as they come up to the corkscrew for the first time. Sophie, Speed Queen. Sophie's having a little dive there as she goes into it very, very wide, and hopefully, oh, that's a penalty. That's surely going to be a penalty. Hopefully she backed out of that one, but I don't think she did in time. Oh, she did. Very lucky indeed. So just a slight mistake there. And look at Martine in the background. She's all over Yvonne like a rash. Look at this. Round the outside. Can she find a move down the inside? Yvonne goes defensive into the final corner. Round the outside, Martine. She's going to have a look. Is she going to get a cut back here on Yvonne? It looks like she's not, but she will be in the slipstream as they go into turn 1 again. This is a great race already. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's very draining, isn't it? As you're watching, like a bit like Monaco Grand Prix the other day. But yeah, it is a very long bit. But okay, fine, lads. Let's have a think about it. So you're in this position, you're leading the race. Do you want to go in first, or do you want to go in second? Okay, let's see if we can grab that. And we're looking around sort of third place, isn't it? So there she is. Oh, just clipped the sausage curb on the inside. Wow, that was a big 360. That was a bit of a 720 going on there. So unfortunate for Black Widow. She's at the back, and let's see if she can close that in. She's been very quick, as we said. Very quick on the first sector, as Finalize was saying earlier, but losing it through the middle and the last sector. Let's see if she can close up the American there, now in 10th place. Meanwhile, leaders, Speed Queen, Sophie still together. Sophie needs the points. Speed Queen looks like she's got it done and dusted. She needs to just make sure she wins this one, and I think it's pretty much game over. But Martine is still there in 3rd place. She's managed to get away from Yvonne, who's in 4th place as she goes into turn 1. Animaniac is all over her again as Yvonne tries to get away. They're just behind in 6th place. So Bessie's having a great run here. The Spaniard in 6th place. Hasn't had the best of times here in the AWRC, but finds herself in 6th place. There's Esther in 7th. She'll be trying to do better this time round and holding 7th place. Not got anything to worry about at the minute, but I'll tell you what, there's a massive battle at the back here finalised with Mami Khan and the rest of them. Yeah. Oh, another spinner. Yeah, there she goes. I can see her on screen. We will take a look at that. Mami Khan will be very pleased to see that because that's another position for her. Let's have a look. Yeah, same corner. That horrible sausage curb. They seem to really struggle there. She did very well until the 360 spin, unfortunately, but she did the right thing. She went off track. She comes back on track and she'll be racing once again. So this could catch everyone out. Meanwhile, Sophie looking for an opportunity here as we go on board with Sophie. Is she going to go around the outside of Speed Queen? Speed Queen sticks the car in the middle. She goes round the outside. Now, is she going to get the car turned in? Bit more power from that car. I think she might, but doesn't quite work this time round. This is a good little battle. Both the leaders fighting away here, but I tell you what, Martine's had a bit of an issue because just behind her now is Animaniac. So Yvonne's been taken for position and Animaniac is closing Martine very, very quickly.
It would work out for you in the end. The front leaders, they could pit here probably soon and get in open air. Maybe even catch actually a draft up behind some folks to even make a bigger gap once the pit cycle happens.
Yeah, definitely. Cheers, Chris. I do appreciate that. He just mentioned that you were muted yet again. There has to be an automatic button there we need to sort out, or I just got to say, right, we're going to start the advert, and then it'd just be like, shush, because I just mute everyone because it's just easier for me, just in case someone decides to go. Or a car, but or something. The car goes past, or there's a dog barking, like my dog, for instance, and it's a normal thing here. So, welcome to the world of Jessie, as Marty just said in the corner. Meanwhile, Speed Queen is leading this race. Sophie in 2nd place. So at least you get 23 minutes now, mate. There's Martine in 3rd place. Animaniac's in 4th place. There is Yvonne. He actually did tell me not to up here as well. There is Esther in 6th place. Then we have Mami Khan, who's chasing down, who's put some really good 29.6s in, but fastest lap at the moment, speaking with a 27.8, and she still has Sophie right behind her. She's doing a cracking job to stay with Speed Queen at the moment, isn't she?
Yeah, I think Speed Queen and Sophie have got this one in the bag because their lap times are a solid second faster than Martine and Anna's. I don't know. I just don't think they're able to get close enough to each other because of the amount of turns to start bump drafting each other up the field. Because if you bump too hard on this track, you're going to be in the sandbox on the outside for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is as we mentioned, as you quite clearly mentioned, you have the super toe as well. You don't really. You don't want to be too close to the super toe, but you've also got to make sure that you back out when you're coming into the corners, because the super toe literally just comes on straight away. As soon as you're close enough, it just sucks you in like a vacuum cleaner. And now Sophie is in a position where this might actually work now as she closes in closer as they come up to turn 1. It hasn't quite worked. I think she's just holding back a little bit here because she could overtake it. She goes wide again. She's going to try and get that car to turn in like she did last time. It hasn't quite worked for her, but she does get the exit speed out of the corner. And look at that, they are literally a car's length between them as they go into turn 3. This is a brilliant race here. I'm really impressed by the driving by these two up front. Speed Queen and Sophie take a bow. This is fantastic.
There's definitely some the chaos coming back here in the back of the field between Froxy and Black Widow. Froxy got saved earlier because, look, to me, she cut the corkscrew pretty hefty. She wasn't on any rumbles or anything like that, so that should have been a penalty, but she got a blessing from the stewards to not get anything on that. But she's had a couple of slip-ups that have caused some contact between her and Black Widow, which has caused them to slow down quite heavily and not be able to catch up to Rolgren. So Rolgren's pretty much in no man's land right now, with nobody out in front, nobody out behind her.
Yeah, it's very open race at the moment, and we need to keep an eye on the leaders because they are very, very close indeed. As we just saw Martine being chased by Animaniac, and she is getting closer and closer and closer, but Esther is now chasing down Yvonne. There's Mami Khan. She's in 7th place. She's doing a cracking job. She is absolutely flying now. The red mist is definitely kicking in under that helmet there, but she has the TNR drivers all watching her now, and there she is in 7th place. We are very close now, 50 seconds till the pit lane will be open. We're going to take a look at the lead battle because it got very close as I looked on screen on the right hand side of my map, and looked like Sophie was going to have a go. Meanwhile, while you were just chatting away there, Finalised, as they were coming into turns 4 and 5, Sophie had an opportunity to overtake and she backed out. So, are we thinking that Sophie's quicker?
I don't know. That's exactly what happened down in turn 1, turn 2 area. They were coming down there side by side, and Speed Queen had the inside, and Sophie just let her keep the inside and pull away. So my question for these two is going to be, when are they going to pit? Are they going to wait to the last opportunity, or are they going to try to make more gap to hopefully have clean air and not come into traffic when they pit?
Sophie's having a look down the inside as they come through to the corkscrew, and exactly as you just said, is that going to be the option? Is it going to be that Sophie comes in earlier? Now she knows she's behind her. Right, pit lane is open. Now we're going to see what these ladies do. Is Speed Queen going to jinx it, go in and then not go in? So are we going to see a change? No, we're not. She's going to follow Speed Queen all the way through this race, I reckon. So it's going to be who's the quickest on the button as they go into the pits, I reckon, because I think Sophie's playing this mind game very, very well against Speed Queen. I think they're going to come in at the same time. Meanwhile, Animaniac is the first to jump in. That could play into her hands in this next part, because obviously coming out of the pits you're really, really slow, and you'll have the momentum as you come out of the exit. So Martine needs a cracking lap now. Meanwhile, Mami Khan also does the same. Esther has stayed out. Also, Yvonne has stayed out as she crosses the line now in the 30s. There is Esther. She's definitely closing and a little bit quicker than Yvonne at the moment, and she's consistently in the 130s. That's fantastic driving from her. There is Sebesti in 6th place. Have not had the best of laps there. She's done a 2:02. I think she went in the pits. So that will be a pit stop there for her. There is Black Widow in 7th place. Obviously had another instance somewhere because she's done a 1:34 on lap 5. So we'll keep an eye on that. Animaniac's still in the pits. Here she goes. She's coming out, and that's how long the pit stop is. Finds herself in 8th place. Goodness me, that's a long pit stop.
It's just this track, I don't know what it is, but it just feels like an eternity that everybody's just going to get away from you because it's such a long pit stop.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Speed Queen made a big mistake there. She was 8/10 up on Sophie, and I thought she was going to get a penalty. I think she backed out at the right time there because Sophie's right on her case again, mate. Sorry, you carry on.
It's perfectly fine. Ooh, Sophie went a little wide there. I don't know if that's going to be a penalty or not, but she does have a run. They're coming side by side down the start-finish line. No penalty for Sophie, it looks like. So Sophie does have the inside line coming down to turn 1. Is she just going to hold that line and take it away from Speed Queen, or is Speed Queen going to try to do a switchback? But Sophie's keeping that tight in line. Speed Queen's trying to do a switchback, but Sophie close to the door. So Sophie's sitting out front now.
Yeah, fantastic start. Sophie goes into the lead of this race. She does it at the final corner, gets an injection of pace so close to her that she had the opportunity to go past. She does so and leads this race from Speed Queen. Now, is she going to be able to feel the pressure? She made a mistake the last time round. Speed Queen going down the inside as they go into the left-hander. Oh, a little bit of BTCC contact there. You don't want any yellow paint on the back of that red car there, Sophie. So let's keep that nice and clean. There we go. So there is Martine in third place. Sebastian finds herself in fourth. There is Black Widow. She cannot have pitted, surely. There's Animaniac. She's in sixth place. She definitely hasn't pitted. There is Froxy Racing in seventh. Yvonne is in. Esther is in as well. So there is Yvonne. There's Froxy Racing. Where is Mammy Khan? She's in 10th place. There she is. She's done a very good job. There is Yvonne there. And there is Esther. So she's managed to claw her way back. And this is all going to chop and change as these ladies come into the pit. So Mammy is now behind Esther, and Esther was in, I believe, 6th place. So that is going to make things interesting. Meanwhile, that's Leah. Oh, we do have Squeaky Penguin into the barrier. Unfortunately, I won't hold that replay.
But Martine is coming to the pits now, so now we got to see where she's going to come out with Anna, because when Anna pitted, she was probably about, I would say about a second behind. I missed what the time gap was to Martine, so I don't know if Anna's got a speed lap coming out of her pockets for this one, or how close she is to get into a draft, but I'm curious how close she's going to be able to get up on Martine.
Yeah, definitely. We're just staying with the leaders because they're coming up to a back marker now, which is Leah Block, which is unfortunate because she's been doing really well, but obviously she isn't really a back marker because she will be going into the pits at some point, so she doesn't have to move out the way. So there is Martine. She's in 4th place. She's coming out now. Now we're going to take a look at Animaniac. There she is. She's flat out down the start-finish straight. We might just see Martine now. Now, did this pay off for Animaniac? Let's find out as she goes around the final corner. Where is Martine? There she is. Oh, that was absolutely sensational from Martine. What a pit lap, pit stop that was.
Yeah, the overcut definitely worked out well. Where Anna just had a really bad lap, it seems like.
Yes. Just checking out what she did on previous. She did a 1:59, if I believe that's right. Yes, 1:59, and Martine did a 58.4 as she come out of the pit. So that's a pretty damn good pit stop there. So there is Sophie still holding the lead. Hasn't come in yet. We have 5 minutes to go of the pit lane to be open, so they will probably be coming in this lap or the next. But Sophie is under real pressure here from Speed Queen. Now I'm very surprised that Sophie didn't come in beforehand and give herself a little bit of space, and that could have injected her into the lead of this race, as we've seen. But I say that, we've just seen Animaniac going first, and she's come out behind Martine, substantially far behind as well. So let's keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Sophie and Speed Queen battling away. Is there going to be a change as they go into the left-hander as they climb the hill? Watch the sausage curb on the left-hand side. Froxy comes into the pits as well. No, both of them through. Nice move and nice and slick there through that corner was Sophie as they come into the corkscrew again. Hard on the brakes, and Sophie makes her way through. This is a very, very good race.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, Sophie's purple still. She's running quite well. I don't know if she's trying to play the aero draft game with Speed Queen, because there's a couple times that Speed Queen has dipped a tire off, and it looks like Sophie's coming in. Speed Queen's staying out.
Wow, here we go. Is this going to make the difference? So Sophie goes into the pits. Our leader of the race goes into the pits. Two-time champion of the AWRC goes into the pits. There is Black Widow. She's coming around as well. She's done very well to do what she has done, but I don't think she's pitted yet. So she's just trying to get some good laps in. There's Martine in 4th place. Animaniac there in 5th. There is Yvonne. So Yvonne's managed to catch up with Animaniac there. There is Mammy Khan. So she'll be hoping that these three ladies in front will be battling. She's managed to pass Sebessi as well through the pit stop. There is Esther in 9th. So there's a couple more to come into the pit. So that will be all change as Black Widow comes in. So Speed Queen is... Oh, Speed Queen's being held up here by Froxy, and Froxy moves out of the way. Oh, that was very, very close. I think Froxy did enough there. I don't think she made too much of an issue for Speed Queen, or did she? Oh, just don't know. But that could have helped actually Speed Queen to get a bit of super toe there.
She did, because I was watching that, and Speed Queen had caught up to Froxy, so she got a little bit of draft. But I think Speed Queen was going to pit this time, so we're definitely going to see if that little toe helped out, or if it's really truly the overtake is that strong at this track.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's a good squabble going on there. Who was that? That's just behind. So that was Mami Khan, was it? No, it wasn't Mami Khan. It was this one. So it was Animaniac and Yvonne. Yvonne is really pushing now. Just pumped in a 29 dead. So that's her fastest lap of the race. And she is really putting Animaniac under pressure. As meanwhile, Speed Queen is in the pit. So we will go back to that one in a moment, as Yvonne is really putting pressure on Animaniac, and I don't think she wants to overtake her here, but she might have a look. It's not where you want to, and she does bail out. Good thinking there from Yvonne. That could have made a real mess. Meanwhile, we look at Sophie. Speed Queen is in. There is their pit team. They are getting ready for her. The tyres go on, and they are getting ready to hop her back out. Oh, that was a long time on the left rear. That's rubbish, because that's mandatory. There is Sophie. Sophie's there side by side. This is going to be a huge gap. Look at Sophie just waving to Speed Queen as she comes through round the outside. Now she has to get this nailed, because Speed Queen is on the inside, and she's done it. Oh, she made a mistake because she knew she had to get out in front, but she has done it. She has given herself a second penalty as well. Oh my goodness me. That was unbelievable. Oh, that is so harsh.
And that penalty just served that. It's in the worst possible spot, because that's on the front straightaway too.
Where was that?
That was coming out of, that turn just went a little too wide. It's like this has a mind of like where track limits are at, where corkscrew you can pretty much run pretty wide. Everywhere else you gotta keep tires in the white lines. Yeah,
very true, mate. And oh, she's very close there again. Was Sophie? She's trying to put the hammer down. She's trying to get away from Speed Queen. She needs about probably what were we talking about? 8 tenths, probably, maybe a little bit more. But I think she'll be okay. I think at the moment, if she can just get away, hopefully she didn't get a penalty there. No, she didn't. And if she could just manage to hold a half-second gap from Speed Queen, and Speed Queen knows straight away she needs to get on the case of Sophie, but I think she might have made a mistake. No, she hasn't. That was a very interesting line going through there. I'll have to try that myself. If she goes into the final corner, she has got it. She's going to move to the side, but she needs to dip right away into the slipstream. All on it side by side. She tucks back into Speed Queen again, and it's all back to normal. Speed Queen in the lead, Sophie in second. That was dramatic. Look at that. That has really hurt Sophie through there. That half-second penalty. Wow, that's unbelievable.
And a little further back, we've got a three-way battle for 6th position between Mammy, Rolgrand, and Black Widow. They're pretty close to each other. Mammy's trying to pull away. She's got about a second and a half, 1.6 out in front. And Rolgrand, as Rolgrand just went off into the dirt, that's going to give this position to Black Widow.
Yeah, I think it was one of those cases of looking in the rearview mirror way too early. Unfortunately for Sebesti, she gets back on the track, and that will be her in 8th place. Meanwhile, it looks like Esther might be challenging now for that 8th position. So Speed Queen leads now 1.3 seconds. There is Sophie in 2nd place. There is Martine holding 3rd, in a comfortable 3rd at that. Yvonne has managed to get past Annalisa and makes a big mistake there, and this could give Annalisa an opportunity to go past. She goes defensive, does Yvonne. She's going to hold the inside line as much as she possibly can, as Animaniac's going to have the momentum as she comes through. Does Animaniac have a look down the inside? It's very brave there. I wouldn't think it was a good idea. She does back out. There is Yvonne using all the track and a little bit more. Animaniac trying again, and might have the run here as they go into the corkscrew. She defends very well, does Yvonne, into the braking zone, and again Animaniac just backing out, just making sure she gets around the corner as Yvonne nearly comes off the track again. Oh, she's really pushing.
Wow, she got really lucky with that. That was almost completely sideways to make it through there, but that's the only problem with the corkscrew is because the way it dips down, your part goes white, so you've got to point it straight and hope it sticks.
Yeah, definitely. That was absolutely fantastic. Meanwhile, 1.6 is the gap between Speed Queen and Sophie. So the problem is now is when Sophie was under the second, she was in super tow realm, but now she's out of it, and you can see Speed Queen is starting to pull away, but she did make a mistake going through there. There is a blue flag out, and they are closing a driver. Or have they just passed that driver? They have passed that driver, I do apologise. Martine is there in third place. Yvonne still holding that fourth place off Anna Maniac. Then we have Mami Khan in sixth, who's had a really good drive considering she had the incident at the start of this race. Black Widow there in seventh, Sebessi in eighth. There is Esther in 9th place. Then we have Froxy Racing in 10th place with a penalty. Leah Block there in 11th place. And then Sneaky Penguin just having her first race here at CC Sim Racing in the AWRC and doing a super job as well. So you keep going, Sneaky Penguin. Absolutely fantastic to have you with us here at CC Sim. So go back to the leader. Now down to 1.2 with 7 minutes to go here. It's not over yet, is it finalised?
It is definitely not. It's definitely the first half of the lap, Speed Queen's got the pace on Sophie, but Sophie makes it up in the back half of the lap. So they each have their strengths on this this course. Sophie's just got to find that first half, and Penguin's coming in the way. Hopefully she just stays out of the way a little bit.
Yes.
That's good. So these two go through and battle it out still.
Oh, well done. Well seen by Sneaky Penguin as well as Speed Queen and Sophie make their way through. And here we go again. These two are lightning fast. And as you said, she increases the gap again up to 1.4. And then in the next sector, Sophie seems to be very, very quick through there. So let's see if that changes. Martine enjoying life at the moment. Can chill a little bit here. But Yvonne's still having to fight for this fourth place. Anna Maniac needs the points. And, well, so does Yvonne. But not giving up. But literally, Yvonne's using all that track. Loving it. She's literally sideways and everything at the minute. There is Mami Khan. She's in 6th place. Black Widow trying to close her down. And obviously with Sebessi making that mistake.
Yeah, that was definitely a 1.5 second gap going into turn 1. I think maybe made a mistake to get it down to a 1.1 for Black Widow to catch up. So she's got to find about 2 tenths to get into that slipstream to really reel her in. Hopefully can pass for the end of the race.
Yeah, definitely great shout, mate. And as you say, that super tow can really hurt you. It's a bit like DRS, but it's literally on all the time when you're in just under a second. Let's have a look. It's down to 0.8 is Sophie. Wow, look at this. Sophie's now down to 0.8. Oh, that looked a little bit wide there. Oh no, she's managed to hold it. Actually done a lot better than I thought there. I thought you were very, very wide. It was actually the camera angle that made that. Sorry about that to Speed Queen. So
you have those two up front at 0.8. You got Ivana and Annalisa at 0.8, and you got Mammy and Black Widow at 0.8.
Wow.
So we got 3 battles fighting on the track at one time.
So we'll have to keep an eye on this. This is absolutely incredible. Mami in 6th place. There is Black Widow. The battle in front is still intense. It hasn't quite caught up yet, but this is Black Widow's opportunity. Not quite close enough, I don't think, for that move to happen this time round, but she's definitely in super tow. So Mami straight away goes on the defensive, gets that tight to line. Seems to be working here for Mami, and away she goes. Manages to escape half a second nearly, and Black Widow chasing her down like a good one at the minute. But let's have a look. Speed Queen now half a second. Oh
no!
And as I say that, yeah,
that was coming out of the corkscrew too. So she just got a little too much.
Yeah.
But Stewart's finally caught on to it.
Yeah, so that must have been before. Yeah, because she's actually purple through that sector, and I think you're right. I think it was just before she went into the dip, because it looked pretty good before then. So there is that penalty. She's now had to take it, and unfortunately that's dropped her all the way back with 4 minutes to go, unless Speed Queen makes that absolute hoo-ha of it, which I don't think she's going to do. That could be the end. Meanwhile, Froxy's under real pressure. Oh, we've got an all.
We got a Black Widow just made a pass through Mammy through the corkscrew up to the inside.
Wow, let's have a look at that. So we're on board with Black Widow. She sneaks. Oh my goodness me, that's a new one. So into the braking area we go, onto the brakes, a little bit wide. Oh, was there a little slight mistake there? Was that from Mami Khan? I think it might have been. She looks like she got the brake on, and there goes Black Widow through into 6th place. So Speed Queen leading 2.1. She is still pushing this Sophie. She's not giving up, is she? She's still chasing her down. There is Martine. She's in 3rd. Yvonne has held off Animaniac and now has a 1.8 second gap with 3 minutes to go. That looks pretty good now. Black Widow on the chase, 9 seconds behind Animaniac. Mami Khan is just over a second now from Black Widow, so she'll be hoping that there is a slight mistake from the young lady in front, and she can claim that 6th place back. There is Esther in 8th place, Sebesi just behind her, so this is starting to be a bit of a tasty battle. Meanwhile, Froxy, Leah Block and Froxy are also having a battle, and they've just passed Sneaky Penguin, I think, for position. So this is a good battle. Oh, no, that's Martine, actually. So Martine's now caught up with these ladies as well. So Martine's having a very good race, and that is going to be big, big points for her today.
And Martine, she wants to get past Froxy and them, and they're trying to stay out of the way, but Martine's like, I want the draft to catch up as much time as I can.
So Speed Queen with the fastest lap with 1:27.862. She has just done the fastest sector of this race, and she's looking to claim another win under her belt, and that pretty much will sum up the championship, I'm sure, after a few calculations. But there is Yvonne in 4th place, but then again she still has to win the race. So there is Yvonne in 4th place, happy as Larry at the minute. There is Animaniac in 5th place, hasn't quite managed to get onto the back of Yvonne. Black Widow still pushing hard in the 29s. What's Animaniac doing? 30s. We have a yellow flag out on track, not too sure who it is, but can't see anyone dropping down the table. Meanwhile, Esther and Sebesi having a good battle with 1:40 to go. And
I don't want to raise any flags quite yet, but Sophie just went purple by almost half a second into Sector 3. She's 0.7 behind Speed Queen. Wow. So I don't know if Speed Queen made an error or Sophie caught up almost 1.2 seconds at a full lap. Wow. She's not giving up this battle.
Right, I wonder if that was what that yellow flag is. It flashed up for a second and then went out again. I know it's not ACC, because every time you go over the grass in ACC, there is something going on. But Sebesi down the inside of Esther. That hasn't quite worked for her. Sebesi really pushing now. Esther, and she's got a great move. Oh, Esther's gone defensive, and Sebesi's trying to find a way through. Esther goes to the inside. There's Sebesi, a little bit of contact between the two of them, and that is a very good move from Sebesi. Great driving from Esther, great driving from Sebesi, and she goes through. Meanwhile, Speed Queen, our leader, is now being chased down by Sophie, our 2-time champion here in the AWRC, is going for another win. Can she close her down? There is a yellow flag out front, and there's 2 cars off as they come up to the sausage curbs. Then we're going to see Speed Queen come through. Is she going to make it through? Oh, no. Yes, she does. And they're going to have 2 cars as they got the hairpin. It's Esther and Sebesi that had contact, and they're going to both be through here. So there's Speed Queen, and Esther needs to get out the way. She's not going to be able to. She does her best to do so. There is Sophie. She's going to be right on her case. We've got 20 seconds to go, half a second in it now. Now Sophie, if she can just get the back end of that car on the final corner, this could make it very interesting. Into the final corner they go. Sophie uses all the track and a little more. Here she goes on the brakes. Can she get in close enough? I don't think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to be Speed Queen. Yes, it is, and it's going to be Speed Queen who takes this win. And there is Esther and Sebesi over the line. So it's Speed Queen who takes the win. Sophie in 2nd. Martine's going to take 3rd, and I just see Esther and Sebesi battling away. There was a huge contact there between the two of them through the sausage curb, so I don't know if there was contact between them or they just hit the sausage curb at the same time. Not too sure, but Martine is going to come through now, and she will take 3rd place. Oh my goodness me, that was a race and a half, wasn't it? Finalised. My goodness me.
Definitely, and give it up for Black Widow and Mammy. They had 2 instances at the beginning of the race, and they drove back from the back of the field into 6th and 7th.
Yeah, very good indeed. There is Yvonne. She will cross the line in 4th. She'll be very, very pleased with that. Wait for Animaniac. There she goes. There's Froxy Racing. She's going to cross the line as well. So Animaniac will finish in the top 5 yet again. I think that's 3 in a row for her. There is Black Widow. She'll cross the line in 6th. Unfortunate mishaps at the start. There is Mami Khan. She'll be absolutely devastated after the start there. She finishes 7th. Esther in 8th. Sebesi in 9th. Leah Block in 10th. Froxy will finish in 11th, and Sneaky Penguin is the final one to come through. She's got one more corner to go, and what a superstar she is. Newt says, as you can tell, she likes penguins. So she's going to cross the line and does so indeed, and well done to Sneaky Penguin. Congratulations, but that's your lady in the lead, and the champion, I do believe, when we calculate this, and that is Speed Queen. Whew. That was a heavy race, mate.
It definitely was. We got moments there. It was calmed down a little bit, and then it picked right back up, and we eventually had 3 battles on the track at one point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was absolutely epic, and you just didn't know where to look yet again. So it's Speed Queen who takes the win. Sophie did get the... My goodness me, what a lap that is. 27.3 from Sophie. She comes second. Martine had a very nice race in 3rd place. Yvonne did very well to close that gap up on Animaniac. She finishes in 4th. Animaniac in 5th. Black Widow did, again, very good to grab 6th place, as well as Mami Khan having to come all the way from the back of the grid there. Esther in 8th. Sebastian in 9th. I'm sure there's going to be a chat between those 2 ladies. Leah Block in 10th. Froxy in 11th. And Sneaky Penguin will finish in 12th place. Oh, right, now we can breathe. No ladies in the chat as yet, but I think there is a bit of chat going on at the moment. There we go. Can't come to the chat. Discord is being weird. Oh, no. Okay, so Sophie can't get onto the chat, unfortunately. We might not have any ladies in then, so that's a real shame. However, that was a very, very good race finalised.
It definitely was. Laguna never seems to disappoint. No matter if it's running these 4Cs to GT3 cars, it never seems to fail at this track to be entertaining in any way.
Yeah, indeed, mate. Oh, we do have one driver in. We might get Martine in as she pops her head in again, does Speed Queen. So we will say a big, massive congratulations to you, Speed Queen. What a great drive that was. That was intense throughout, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. I thought we were able to make gap a little bit, and then you make one tiny little mistake and they're back on you. It's an hard track, like if you over push you just end up in gravel, so it's risk and reward really.
Yeah, definitely. It was one of those ones where, especially in the pits, that was quite a substantial gap when she unfortunately made the mistake, because Sophie was so excited to, I think, lead the race again, that as she came off the exit of the corner, got a half-second penalty, but that worked in your favour in the end. And but you two again were absolutely sublime, weren't you? It's a real joy to watch. And but now I think if I look, I'm just going to quickly have a look at the oh, that's the academy table. That was the wrong table. I do believe that you might have won the championship now where Martine is, so I'm gonna have to calculate that afterwards, but I do believe that could be championship sewn up regarding Martine's position. So I won't give it out yet just in case, but that was a very good win from yourself. But the fastest lap got pipped again by Sophie. You two were bouncing the fastest laps all race.
She were bound to get it like with Tower as well, so I wasn't really too fussed about that. So I'm just happy to win, and I think, like you say, I think championship's sealed, which is a good thing, so we can all have a bit of a fun race for that last one.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously last round, I think if I remember rightly, is Trial Mountain reversed. How are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, it should be good fun. I thought of, just general playing really, not like league races or anything like that. So yeah, it should be a fun one. Looking forward
definitely.
to it.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, me and Fine Eyes been sitting here enjoying it from the screen, and massive congratulations to you, Speed Queen, and we will see you in the final race. Congratulations, well done.
Yeah, well done to Sneaky Penguin as well tonight on her debut.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy putting yourself out there, but she's done all right, so hats off to her.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, I just see a couple of messages coming in as well, so well done to her indeed. Thank you very much to Speed Queen there. That is our champion pretty much sewn up now. It might be a done deal. Obviously, we'll do some calculations, obviously, with Martine finishing in 3rd. So unless Speed Queen's very, very poorly in the next few weeks, we do hope not. She's not. But that, everything could change. But finalised, what a great night's racing. And obviously, one more to go now. And another tough track coming up.
Yes, if you're saying it's Trial Mountain in reverse, that is going to be a tricky one for sure because that chicane is going to be turn one and turn two, not the last two turns. So you have a long straight with a lot of speed. So you got to get on the brakes pretty soon
Oh yeah.
so you don't blow through the turn.
Yeah, definitely. Great shout, mate. So what we have next? Thursday, we have the mini mods. So the mini mods championship is still going. We have one more round after this. So this will be round 9. And again, another great race entailed for us here at CC Sim Racing. And you're racing that one, I believe, finalised.
I am, and I've actually been talking with Butler a little bit about it. I think I might be able to take a stab at him because I actually like the next track for us.
Ah, fantastic. That's good. So there we go, everyone. So if you would like to get involved with CC Sim Racing, please do. So we are all also running our ACC league as well. That starts pretty soon. I think we're doing another test session with some GT3 cars, but everybody's welcome. If you have ACC and you know the deal, then please do hop in at CC Sim Racing. Give us a little message on Facebook or on the YouTube channel, whichever is easier for you, and you can get that sorted out and get racing with us. Meanwhile, as I said, mini mods this Thursday is going to be an absolute belter. Right, there we go. Thank you for joining me tonight, Finalised. It's been an absolute pleasure as always.
It's been awesome.
Thanks, buddy. And there we go. Thank you to all the viewers that joined us. Thank you very much. Those, obviously, on your bank holiday as well, that did join. It's been a cracking night's racing. Thanks to Fiona, who has actually joined. We have a few new viewers and followers, which is great. Nice to see Brown Chapo in there and Super Drago there. Joining us, which are new, and I've not seen Shizuraku also, who says good race. Great to see new faces. Also, I saw Andy. He's in Turkey and he's put the Wi-Fi on. Fantastic, just to watch this race. Brilliant, love that. Right, that's it. So finalised. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Craig Cook, and this is CC Sim Racing. See you all on Thursday. Good night.
Good night, everybody.